Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome back to Monday Kick in the Pants. Angela Fallon here, bringing you a gentle push to help you level up in your life, fill you with a dose of Monday motivation, and provide tips to accelerate your success in life and in your career. And I'm so happy to be back with you all. I think I missed 2 weeks in a row now. Um, or maybe no, I think I missed 2 weeks in a row. I was out of the country on the other side of the world for about a week and a half. I got back late Saturday, technically still Saturday. Yeah. Um, Flew all around the world, but I had a good time. My husband was actually on a business trip and I kind of tagged along, which is funny because this is like the opposite of what we normally do. Y'all know that I travel for work quite a bit. And usually he's the one that's, tagging along with me, whether it was, in Israel or actually a year or two ago, we went to Santa Barbara. I was there for an event in May. And that was a lot of fun too. And I'm like, you should just come with me. It's only like a few days. You can work from the hotel, you can work from anywhere. And then in the evenings, we can go do whatever, wine tasting and, chowder on the pier. So, anywho, it's good to be back with you all. And I hope you guys are having a great Monday already. This is the week of Halloween. If you are in the States, that probably means something to you, especially if you love this holiday or if you have little kids who love the candy. I don't have little kids anymore. My boys are anywhere from 10 to 16, and they still love doing trick or treating. Even my two teenagers, they make plans on, what neighborhoods they're going to and all of those things. But it's kind of funny that they still get into it, even as teenagers. Today, I want to talk to you about something that is near and dear to me because I'm going through it right now. And I know I've talked about it a few times too, but I want to share with you all some of my best tips on avoiding jet lag. And I say that as someone who is going through jet lag right now, or right now. Honestly, I feel like it's harder on my body and a lot of people that I've worked with who have worked in like the Pacific area versus, like the European area. Living in Texas, most of you all know that I live in Texas. Whether you head east over to Europe or, in similar area, or if you head west and you head over the Pacific, most people I talk to agree the way that it's just how my body feels, but a lot of people that I've talked to agree that going west and back is harder than going east and back. And I'm not sure, honestly, because either way, we like lose time. Usually, unless when you're coming back, when you're coming back from the Pacific, you actually, make time. But going to across the Pacific and back tends to be harder on my body. I used to fly to Japan quite a bit, especially in the summer, and going there, things worked out okay. I could adjust pretty quickly, or I was on a short trip and really didn't have to adjust. You just kind of, grind it out. But then the coming back part was really hard. It was really hard on my body. And I haven't done that since 2016 until this last week. I was in Australia with my husband, like I said, for about a week and a half. But the trip coming back, it was kind of hard to do, but I feel like I did okay on Saturday, acclimating back. But then last night, Sunday, sleep just escaped me. I may have been sleeping, but it was like a very light sleep because I woke up a few times and then my alarm went off this morning and I did not feel rested and I did not feel tired. So I don't know if that's like numb or what, but my body was not happy about it this morning. So, like I said, it's not angry. My body's not angry, but I think it's really tired. And honestly, here it is a little after 11:30 here in Texas. I have a feeling by about 3 o'clock, I'm probably gonna be really tired and hard to stay awake. So maybe say a few prayers for me. Who knows? I'm gonna need some help. But I want to share with you all some things that do help me a lot to get reacclimated wherever I'm headed to, whether it's coming back home or wherever I'm heading out to on a trip And then what are just like a handful of things that really help me? So we're already used up half the time here. Let's get going on the couple of things that I have for you all. So, first of all, one of the things that helps me a lot is to avoid dehydration. To avoid dehydration, one, I drink a lot of water. This all goes into the same title of avoid dehydration, though. I drink a lot of water, but I also eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. Eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. So if you head to the airport and you have snacks and stuff like that in your bag, you can take things on the plane to a lot of places, but then once you get most places, you cannot bring fruit, vegetables, seeds, whatever, into most countries. If it's not like an indigenous vegetable or fruit, it has to be like severely inspected. And honestly, they just really don't let you bring those kinds of things in. So I highly recommend you eat and drink whatever if you want to like drink some juice that has fruit and vegetables in it. I really recommend you do that at least once on your way and then again on your way back too. Because fruits and vegetables have a lot of water in them and they keep you hydrated in addition to the water you drink. But let's be honest, friends, the last thing you need to get is dehydrated. Or even let's be very, very blunt. You don't want to get constipated either. So like having a lot of protein, which I do eat quite a bit of protein still, but I really make sure I bring fruits and vegetables along the way. I try to eat a banana on every leg. It took me 3 legs to get back from Australia this last trip, and it was really helpful for me to have the potassium that you get in your bananas, and just having that extra fruit, the sugar kind of helped me stay awake. In addition to all of the good nutrients that come in like a fruit and vegetable. So that's the first one is avoid dehydration again with water, fruit, and vegetables as much as you can. On my way out, my first leg out of Sydney, I had a like fresh pressed juice before I went to the airport. And then when I got into San Francisco, got another juice as well. And that I always try to get like green stuff in it too. I actually and I should have brought it with me so I can show you guys. I actually carry with me like a dried green powder that I bring with me. I took it with me to Australia too because I knew I was going to be hanging out in a condo most of the week. And I love a morning smoothie. In fact, I made one this morning. And I still haven't taken it to the sink, but and I always put greens in it. So it just helps me with everything. It like keeps my system going. I don't get clogged up. I don't feel dehydrated. It all helps. So keep hydrated. Keep yourself hydrated. Lots of water, lots of fruit and vegetables, as much as you can get. And just remember that once you get to wherever you're going, though, you probably can't take it with you. So whatever you take, you may want to keep that in mind. The second thing is wherever you get to, when you get to your final destination, it's always better for me to land in the afternoon. If you absolutely have to land in the morning, just know that if you get really crappy sleep on the plane, you're gonna be really tired for a while because I really recommend you stay awake for dinner. Always stay awake for dinner. If you go and like you have to take a nap, it's probably gonna screw up your system and it's gonna be harder for you to acclimate to your local time there. So the second tip is stay awake for dinner. In most cases, it's try to stay up till 8. Now, when I used to travel to Italy a lot, it was rare that you could find a restaurant that's open for dinner before 7. Even in the hotel I stayed in Milan, which is like right in the airport, they opened up dinner for like 7 or 8 o'clock. So I would have to stay up as long as I could to go eat dinner and then go to bed. Um, it was just really important that if I found out when I used to go to Japan that if I didn't eat something for dinner right when I got there, and I really don't recommend, just the food on the plane because I know a lot of times you get a meal like an hour and a half before you land where you're headed. I really recommend that you eat dinner and try to stay up till about 8 p.m. So stay awake till dinner is number 2. And that is no matter where I go, whether it was Europe or Japan. If I didn't have dinner though, I would wake up at like 2 a.m. in the morning and be starving. And then of course there's like nothing in your room to eat. And the hotel doesn't, most hotels don't have meals available all day long. And in Japan, breakfast didn't start till I think like 6:30 or 7. Same thing in Australia. The coffee shops around the corner from where I was staying, they didn't have breakfast until 6:30 or 7, depending on where I was going. Um, Same thing in a lot of places. So, like, even sometimes it's hard to find food before like 8 a.m. So, try to make sure you eat. So, when you do go to bed, even if you wake up at like 4, you got 8 hours of sleep. You had I won't say like full belly, but like you need to feel satisfied. So, you have enough food in your system to stay awake or to sleep a good night's sleep. Even 6 hours is amazing. Um, I used to do the same thing when I got to Israel. Excuse me. Um, I would always try to eat something before I go to bed, and and like I said, stay awake long enough to eat dinner. The third thing on that same topic of eating is if you think you're probably not going, and even if you don't think you're going to sleep the whole night, it's always good to bring a snack with you. Now, I did tell you that, when you take food into a country, you're not going to be able to bring fruits, vegetables, nuts, things like that. So you may have to, go through customs and things like that, and then get a snack on the way out of the airport if you don't think you're going to stop somewhere. Or when you go to dinner, if you have something left over, bring your leftovers back to your room. So either have like a snack you pick up at the airport, or in your hotel before things shut down, or bring some sort of like leftovers to your room that are okay sitting out for a few hours. Because, like I said, if you wake up in the middle of the night and you're starving, you're going to have a really hard time going back to sleep. So that's why I really recommend, my second one was about stay awake for dinner so you can eat dinner even if you only eat like half your dinner. Get something until your body feels satisfied. Even if you felt like you ate on the plane and your stomach's upset, because my stomach gets upset quite a bit on a plane, the food just does not settle with me in my stomach at altitude. I don't know what the deal is. It just doesn't settle with me. I force myself to eat something, even like I said, like a bowl of ramen whenever I got to Japan. Eat something, stay awake for dinner. And then the third one is have a snack on hand. So whether it's your dinner leftovers or some airport snack that you pick up, you have to have something in case you wake up starving and you want to go back to sleep. You're going to have to eat something. I really don't recommend candy or something with like high sugar, but just think about that. So the third one is have a snack on hand. The last one is ultimately my, like, if I had to sum up everything on, you know, getting or avoiding jet lag, is to go to bed full and clean. And again, I'm not trying to say stuff yourself, but a full belly. So like feel satisfied eating something. And then I always take a shower whenever I get there. One, because I've been on a plane for a long time and I kind of feel gross. But I also sleep better after like a warm shower. And I don't always like dry my hair perfectly or anything like that. I may dry it fast enough to like it be dry and I can pull it back up and go to bed comfortably. But ultimately, you can sum up all of these things of go to bed full and clean. That's just kind of like my rule. And I do the same thing when I come home. So when I come home, even like let's say this Saturday, I got home late. Like my flight got in at like quarter to midnight on Saturday. So basically Sunday. I still needed to eat something when I got home and be clean to go to bed. Because if I go to bed and like my face feels greasy, my hair feels gross, um, my clothes still smell like the airport, I have a hard time going to sleep. But going to bed in my bed with clean clothes on, a clean body, even if you just get in and like wash your face and body off, if you have long hair like me and, don't want to go through the whole process of washing and drying, all those things, I get that, but at least wash your body off. Going to bed, food in my belly and clean is like the magic trick for me. So I have gone a little over today, but I know it's been a couple weeks since we've been together, since I've been out on the other side of the world, and time was on the other side of the world too. So I hope this is a benefit to you all. I hope it was of value to you. I hope these tips help you on your next trip, no matter where you're going, even if it's just a couple of time zones away. I was actually 16 hours ahead of Central Time. So quite a bit of ways away, literally on the other side of the world. But I hope this is a benefit to you. What I would love for you to do though is if you've enjoyed this, I would really like for you to like it, comment on it. But I would also love for you to share your best tips on how to avoid jet lag. Okay. Because this is not a one and done recommendation. I'm sure you guys have tips too. A lot of y'all that are my friends here that follow me also do the same thing I do, travel internationally quite a bit. So I would love to hear your tips too. I hope you guys have a great Monday and a great week, and happy Halloween to those of you who celebrate and participate. I do want to remember, I do want to remind you all too that if you're feeling overwhelmed or you're feeling behind, just remember that you're in the right place and it's the right time. All right. You'll have a great week.